Morning, everyone. It's nice to see you all. Hello, Betty, Robert. We don't see you, but we see your name. Marshall, Ruth. We'd like to pass Mazel Tov on to your husband. We hope he had a great day yesterday as he celebrated a birthday. I don't know if you went to Benihana for the birthday, not sure. But we're very glad that you're here for this next session in our wonderful technology series led by the one and only Craig Burko. We're really pleased to see you all here. We hope that you continue to get a lot out of these sessions and Craig will continue leading them. Just a few reminders, we have programs continuing on, over these next number of weeks. We have a Torah study on Shabbat mornings. We have meditation. We have Israel updates. We have our group leading Torah sessions on Tuesday mornings. Next Monday, we have a virtual tour of Jerusalem and Machane Yehuda in honor of Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Reunification Day. And it was just announced last night that Rabbi Glickstein will be leading a book review in June on Natan Sharansky's new book, and more publicity will come on that soon. So without further ado, enough talking from me, I will pass it on to my colleague, the one and only Craig Burko.
Thank you, Mr. Baranek. Thank you always. Welcome, everyone. This is our fifth program in a what I hope will be a monthly series. For me, it's an honor to represent our shul and to present this information to congregants that wish to feel more comfortable, wish to feel more confident in going online. We have many congregants that I do enjoy doing this live. I do record it for the convenience of all. So post-event, when I email my notes, when I email the recording, those of you that are on this program can review, and those that have RSVP'd, which is in excess of 20, obviously we don't have 20 here today, but they can then go on and still enjoy the information that's being presented at their own convenience. A little bit, I always like to go over a little bit of Zoom etiquette, and if we can all remain on mute, out of respect to everyone's experience here today, and out of respect also to the presenter and the information that I wish to present at this time. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my slide deck that I've prepared. So this is a program basically recapping, and the way I choose my topics is from the input of those that have attended the past events. So this is our fifth program, and many of you have shared with me, I sure would like to hear about what you covered in program 2 or what you covered in program 4. So, there was enough requests. I said to myself, let me just stop with any new topics and let me review some of the most sought after topics from programs 1 through 4. Again, I want to share with you that I am always available to do one-on-one tech support. Many of you, I'm looking at everyone. I don't think there's anyone I haven't spoke to personally. I'm more than happy to spend time. If everyone can remain on mute, that would be appreciative. Thank you. So I'm always available. All you need to do is reach out to me at my phone that's listed here, extension 230, or you may email me at craig@tbsmb.org. And it would be an honor for me to work with any of you post-event on a variety of subjects. So the subject matter that I've chosen with this event, these are the topics that I'll cover. Everything from how to rename yourself when you're in a Zoom, how to change your screen view from speaker to gallery, and even opening a Zoom link from either an email or, for example, within the website pages of Temple Beth Shalom. So I'll go over that, and we'll start with how to rename yourself in the Zoom window. So there's Craig Burko. I tried to smile as good as I could for this selfie. So the way to rename yourself, and don't do it here, because I want you to just listen and try to focus in on the screenshots that I've prepared for our program today. But the way to rename yourself is when you're already in Zoom, you take your mouse cursor, and whether you're using a laptop with a finger mouse pad, or whether you're using an iPad where you're scrolling up, and one way or another, you would right click on the screen. As soon as you right click, a window pops up, as you see here with the red arrow. And one of the options on the menu will be the word rename. You simply click on rename, and that lets you rename yourself. And there's probably an option that you'll also see. Do you wish to rename yourself for all future Zooms? You'll press yes. If you don't see that, it's probably because you're not signed in to Zoom. But if you were signed in, and for example, your screen name is iPad 1, which, you know, I host quite a few Zooms here on TBS. Many of you come on to the Zooms with an alias, iPad 4, or something that's not your first and last name. And we ask for security reasons for you to come on to the Zooms with your first and last name. All of the Zooms that we do here with the shul, everyone goes into a waiting room. They don't just come on to a Zoom. So, for example, each of you that signed on today, you actually went into a waiting room, and you had to wait to be admitted. I looked for first and last names, and then I admitted. If I saw an alias like an iPad 4009, and I didn't recognize iPad 4009, you would stay in that waiting room until either I or someone who co-hosts with me, like in this case, Mark Baranek, he would chat with that person in the waiting room and say, can you please rename yourself with your first and last name, or, you know, let us know who you are. Or perhaps you don't know how to rename yourself. But anyway, this is the way to rename yourself. You simply take your mouse cursor, right click either on the mouse pad or right click on the mouse that you may be using. This screen pops up where you see mute my audio, stop video, rename, or edit my profile picture. You simply click on rename, and a box will pop up where you simply put your first and last name. And it's as simple as that. Okay, changing your screen view in Zoom. This is the second topic that I get this question all the time, and I'm happy to share how to do this. So you go to the top right corner of your Zoom window, where you'll see the word view. In most cases, everyone starts off in speaker view. It may depend on how you signed in, but if you start off, this is what speaker view looks like. If I wanted to go from speaker view to seeing everyone that's on the Zoom, you go to the top right corner where the red arrow is. You click on the word view. And if on the bottom, I've highlighted what you would see when you click on the word view. If you go a little bit below, you'll see a square that shows speaker, gallery, and then full screen. That's what pops up when you click on the word view. So in this case, I'm in speaker view. We click on the word gallery, it shows a check mark, and that will take you to a new view. And this will be the gallery view. So this is a sample of what the gallery view looks like. This is another sample of what the gallery view as well looks like on another view. So I just want to backtrack a second because this is a question that always comes up. To change the view of your Zoom window, in this case, this is what a speaker view looks like. I tend to like this view because it's a head-on shot of who is speaking. So you can manipulate your own screen. I don't know if you want to do it now, but you can go to the top right corner of your Zoom window. You'll see the word view, and you'll either check mark gallery or check mark speaker to get to the new view. Click on the word view. For example, this will take you to gallery. This is another sample of gallery. If we want to go back to a speaker view, again, we go to the top right. We click on speaker view, and that will take you back to speaker view. And you could see the box in the top right, what it looks like when you click on view. You know which view you're in by what's check marked. Okay. And again, if there's any questions regarding any of these topics, I am more than happy to do some private work with you. And I even have a software that I use called GoToAssist now. It's a wonderful software where I can actually log into your desktop, see your desktop, and even take over with my mouse. And that's something that I've started to work with all these tech support calls with this wonderful free software that I use called GoToAssist, where I can actually take over your laptop or your desktop. And that's really helpful. So call me if you need help on any of these subjects. The third and fourth topic I've kind of combined here. Copying, pasting, and sending a Zoom invite link, and then opening a website or registration hyperlink within a text or email. So this first category, copying, pasting, and sending a Zoom invite link, the only way you can send a Zoom invite link is pretty much if you already have a Zoom account and you have the admin rights to host and schedule your own events. So for this topic 3, copying, pasting, and sending a Zoom invite link, let's just assume you already have a Zoom account that's either their free account, which allows only X number of attendees and X number of minutes, or one of their paid for accounts, like for example, the Shul has, where we have a large amount of minutes allowed per event, as well as a fairly large capacity of attendees. So let's assume that you already have a Zoom account and you're hosting an event, you've scheduled it, and you want to invite others. So first thing I suggest you do is go to your Zoom web portal. And what I mean by that is go to however you would go to any website. You'd find your web browser. Some of you, as I've shared in prior programs, some of you may use Google Chrome as your web browser. And you know what? Let me step back a second. Your web browser is basically your bridge to the internet. It's how you get to the internet and websites. It's how you get to your email. You have to use a browser. So, for example, I use Google Chrome. When I want to go to websites, this is what comes up. There is an address bar, as you can see, with the top left red arrow. Everybody has an address bar when they go to their web browser, whether it's Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Microsoft Edge. Internet Explorer, this comes up where you have an address bar for you to type in some website address. So you go to zoom.us, you type in zoom.us. This brings you to this Zoom web portal that you see in front of you on my screen. The red arrow indicates that you go to sign in to your account. And again, this is as if you have a Zoom account. Now, you don't have to have a Zoom account. You don't have to have a Zoom account to attend Zoom events. If you're just wishing to have Zoom events, all you need to do is have the Zoom software loaded onto your computer. And again, I want to repeat that. If you have no vision of hosting your own events, you do not have to own a Zoom account. But if you wish to attend Zoom events, the very basic is you have to at least have the Zoom software on your mobile device or on your desktop computer, on your laptop, whatever device you use, you have to at least have the application loaded. So sign in. This will take you to a few areas where you need to populate with your email address, your password, and then you sign in. Again, we're assuming you've already scheduled an event. To learn how to schedule a Zoom event, I would prefer we do that one-on-one rather than go back, because that's one of the more complicated topics that I covered in either the second or the third program. So let's assume that you've already scheduled an event. You go on the left-hand side, you'll see a number of menu items: profile, meetings, webinars. As the red arrow indicates on the far left, you click on meetings. This now shows the meetings already scheduled under your account. You click on one of those, whichever one you want to invite others to. This now takes you to that event page. And on the far right, you'll be able to copy the link. So you copy the link by the red arrow indicates copy invitation. This is the next window that you'll see. You'll click on the phrase or the button that says copy meeting invitation. And if you look, you can see the entire invitation right in front of you. It says Craig Burko is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. It has the topic, it has the time, and then you'll see join Zoom meeting link. There is the link for your guests. There's a meeting ID, et cetera, et cetera. There's even the option for people to call in as Zoom for account holders. Zoom gives you the option to call in, not just come in via our website. So you'll click on copy meeting invitation, and then immediately, this is a big one, immediately you'll see a pop-up in green that says copied to clipboard. So for a while, I had congregants that were calling me with the questions where this was the part they were most confused. And it took me a while to figure out why. And that is, when you copy to clipboard, the clipboard is imaginary. It's in the cloud. So when you copy to clipboard, it's copied, but there really is no clipboard. So now the next thing you do is, once you've copied the meeting invitation, you then go to your email software, whatever you use to open your emails, AOL, Google. Some of you may use Earthlink. Some of you may use Yahoo. how whatever platform you use for email, the next step after copying to the clipboard and copying the meeting link is open up your email. For example, I've opened up my Microsoft Outlook, which is what we use here in our shul. I've started a brand new email, and then I've right-clicked on my mouse or right-clicked on my keyboard, and I've pasted what I've copied onto the clipboard into the body of an email. And this is what you would then send to whomever you wish to send this email to. So I want to also share with you, let me see what the next one is, replying, forwarding. When your guest whom receives this email, the next step that they're going to do is, when the time comes, for example, this make-believe event was January 13, 2020. When your guests receive this email, they're going to simply click on this link. I'm sure this is something you already do presently when people invite you to different Zoom events, whether it's the shul, whether it's me, or someone else. This is how you would then go to that meeting. When the meeting is, you would click on this link. So that's how you would send a Zoom invite link. I want to cover about how to reply, forward, attach, and sending emails. I've put them all into one because it's really one giant topic. So I've opened up my email platform. I've clicked on new email. I've put in who I'm sending it to. I'm making believe I'm sending it to Craig Burko. I've clicked on, I've written in the body of my message, thank you for replying. And as you can see below, I'm actually replying. This sample is actually me replying to an email. Sending is also replying, but in this case, I've received an email. If you look at the bottom, I've received an email, and I'm replying, and I'm sending it. And you can see I'm sending it to Mark Baranek. CC means I'm copying myself, and BCC means you're blind carbon copying, meaning if you put some names in BCC, you are basically Mark Baranek or Craig Burko doesn't really see who you're sending those, or everyone who you're sending that email to will not see everyone else's email. I use BCC when I'm sending an invite to, for example, for these tech programs, and I'll send it to a database of 800 of our congregants. I'll BCC everyone because for security reasons and privacy reasons, I don't share everyone's emails with each other. You may share amongst yourselves as friends, but when I send as a representative of the shul, I'll send it to, for example, I'll send it to Craig Burko, and then I'll BCC, I'll blind copy everyone from our shul database. So no one sees each other's emails as a rule of privacy and security reasons. And I hope that makes a lot of sense. So I'm sending an email to, I've carbon copied myself. There's content within the email, and you simply press click. A question that always comes up, how do I attach your file? On the top, no matter what software you're using, no matter what email platform, Google, AOL, there is an icon with a paper clip. You look for that paper clip. It's in AOL, it's in Yahoo, it's in Microsoft Outlook, which is what I'm using here. You click on the paper clip or where it says attached file. Then all your folders should open up. And for example, I'll simply click on a folder that I use to bring up a series of documents. In this case, I wanted to send to Mark Baranek the notes from our third tech program. I highlight it. I click on the word insert. That will then attach within the body of the email, and you're good to go. So this is an important topic. Let me go back a step here. If you wish to attach a file, whether it's a audio file, a video file, a document, a photo, it's the same process. You open up a new email. There's a to who you're sending it to. If you wish to copy someone, whether it's yourself or another friend, you certainly may do that. To attach whatever the file is, photo, Word document, recording, you look for that paper clip or where it says attach file. That will then open up your folders. Wherever the document or wherever the recording, it may be a picture. If it's a picture on the left-hand side, you click on your pictures. If it's videos, you may see a folder that's marked videos. In this case, I'm going to my own file that's called data-craig. I'm looking to send Mr. Baranek my notes from Tech Program 3. I've simply highlighted it with my mouse. I click insert, and I'm sure you'll see the word insert. You click on it. It then attaches to within the email, as you can see here, and you're good to go. And I hope that's been helpful to many of you on this call and to the many congregants that will watch this beyond today. This is the topic that comes up, and again, if you need any help with this, happy to do a one-on-one presentation with you utilizing that new software called GoToAssist. So how do we forward an email? Well, first you have to receive an email. Make believe you've received a document and you wish to send it to another fellow congregant. So you first have to receive an email. You open the email by highlighting and clicking on the email. On the right-hand side or somewhere in that email, you'll see the words or the options to reply all, or to forward. In this case, as you can see in my Microsoft Outlook email, is the word forward. You can see that highlighted or pointed to with the red arrow on the right-hand side. You click on the word forward, and that will forward the email. It will actually open up an email, and you simply write in whosever email you wish to send it to. If you wish to reply to someone's email, you simply click the word reply, and again, an email will open up for you to reply. If someone is inviting you to, and you wish to reply with a yes or no, you click on the word reply. An email window will open up where you can type in whatever you wish and then click send. It's the same thing with forward. If you wish to forward a document, you can either forward it to whomever you wish and add content, or you can just forward it to whomever you wish and no content. I always like to put in some content. Thanks for sending, see you online, something like that. So if it's a group email, like for example, I get a lot of group emails here from clergy because I'm often working on our slide decks for our Shabbat services. I'll get an email and there are several people within the email. I'm always hitting reply all, so everyone shares in the reply. You're welcome to hit reply all if it's a group email, or simply reply to one person in the group. The last topic that I want to cover today is a recap of our Schul's Facebook and our Schul's YouTube pages. So why are these important? It's important because much of the content, whether it's religious services or non-religious services, are pushed or broadcast on our Schul Facebook page, as well as are uploaded for future viewing to our TBS YouTube page. So I think the first thing really the first thing to do is to recognize the fastest way to get to our Schul Facebook page and our Schul YouTube page is to go to our temple website at tbsmb.org. And again, the fastest way, in my opinion, and from experience, to get to our Schul Facebook and our Schul YouTube page is to go to our tbsmb.org website. And if you scroll down to the bottom of our home page on our website, and by home page, I mean the first page that you see when you go to tbsmb.org, if you scroll down on the very bottom, you'll see these two logos that you see in front of you. The F logo for Facebook and the red with the white like forward logo. You'll see both of these logos on the bottom of our TBS MB homepage. I would simply click on those logos and that will take you directly and quite promptly to our TBS Facebook page or our TBS YouTube page. So another way to get there is, again, as I shared, you can open up your web browser. You can type in tbsmb.org. This will land you on our homepage. The picture that's in front of you is a sample of our homepage. You would then scroll down and look for example, you would look for our Facebook logo. And on the bottom of our homepage, as I shared before, there are a number of logos. You'll see the Facebook page with the logo that I shared earlier. The middle one with the white bird or the dove is Twitter. To the right of that is YouTube. That's an old YouTube logo, but that is the YouTube logo. So this is the fastest way. Again, go to tbsmb.org. This is our homepage. You scroll down with your cursor, with your mouse. If you're on an iPad, use your finger and scroll down. Look for the logos, click on it, and that will take you right to our Schul Facebook page. So this is our YouTube logo. You click on the YouTube logo. So let's go right to our YouTube account. I work a lot with our TBS YouTube account. Each week we upload our B'nai Mitzvah programs that are live streamed. We upload those to our YouTube accounts for you to enjoy. Many of our non-religious services, whether it's cantors interviews with other cantors or our Kavanaugh Council meditation or Mr. Baranik's many programs, we will record those, for example, on Zoom, and then I'll take those and upload it for future viewing to our YouTube account. If you've not been to our TBS YouTube account, this is what the page looks like. To see all our videos, simply click on the word videos. And this is a screenshot of just a sample of the many videos that we have. And this goes back quite a few years. You may not see everything, but this goes back quite a few years from our B'nai Mitzvah services to sisterhood and brotherhood events to even all of our tech programs are all uploaded to our Temple YouTube account. I got to be honest with you, this is a wonderful page. You can really get your time filled up with with information, education, inspiration, and more. I love this account. I send my son, who's 17, to this account to see events that I think he would be interested in, or even recapping events that he's participated in with social justice or Beshti programs. So we've covered a lot of information here with this program today. I want to share with you that I'm sure you have many questions. I'm going to ask you to hold off the questions, rather to email me or call me with any questions that you may have, or if you wish to do some private one-on-one work, and I'm more than happy to make an appointment at your convenience to make that happen. And even if it's on a subject that we didn't recap with this program 5 in this recap session, I'm happy to work with you. And I'm humble enough to share that if I don't know the answer, I'm going to research it and get back to you so we can learn how to do it together. This program was definitely recorded. Right after the program, I'll work on emailing each of you this recording. It'll probably come tomorrow, but I'll try my best for today. I'm going to send you my notes from today. And I'm also going to send you this recording as well. So I want to thank Mark Baranek. I want to thank each of you, Bobby, Marshall, Betty, Myrna, Rachel, Ruth, Bob, Myrna twice, and of course, Mark Baranek. It's a blessing for me to do these programs, and I thank each of you for attending today. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.